Who are the owners of Nigeria? That's what my video today is going to look at. I am indeed jaundiced by the last month and of course several other months' statistics on the country's continuous bearish economic outlook, with an inflation rate as high as 16.1%. Exchange rate to the dollar now stands at 587 naira, and with a 92% poverty rate, it does look like the stage is set for an economic downturn. But of course, there's no way you can divorce economy from politics, and there is a cord that binds these two together. It is called leadership, which can either make or mar a country.
Great leaders dare to be different. They don't just talk about risk-taking, they actually do it. They are women and men who are preparing themselves not for the comfortable predictability of yesterday, but also for the realities of today and all of those unknown possibilities of tomorrow.
The future will find more and more of smarter smartest nations, particularly those who can author their contents in digital format, especially. And so tech has come. The future is a technocracy. It's about people who create ideas, otherwise called technologies, and those who manage them. That is how the future is going to work. There is no business in the future that will not be driven by technology.
Just a quick aside, some of my friends have called me up, approached me and talked to me about some of my videos. They say I should tone it down whenever it comes to issues bordering on politics, as this might anger the powers that be, and they may even hunt me down. I just giggled. Me? Who the hell am I? Who knows me? Not to talk of hunting me down. But that is the thing. The fear to say and stand up for the truth, especially in politicized spaces, could be a daunting task. Sometimes telling the truth could just be an act of courage, more so from someone who is so unknown to the world like me. Though there is no moral obligation for me to make any particular video, but there is a moral obligation for me not to ally myself with the ordinary citizens of this country, especially when they are facing the most difficult economic hardship occasioned by bad leadership. Welcome to my channel, Shini's Digest. I welcome on board my new subscribers, where I appreciate my returning subscribers. This is the channel where we get to speak out and say it as it is. Who are the owners of Nigeria? Now, according to the Constitution, we the people agree. That's what the Constitution says. Aren't we all supposed to be the owners of Nigeria? So why would some clique, some self-styled Nigerians, lay claim to the ownership of Nigeria? It's going to be a very interesting topic. So keep watching. These purported owners of Nigeria, could they have derived their claim to the ownership of Nigeria after reading George Orwell's Animal Farm? All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Is that why they think they are more suited, qualified, and positioned to own Nigeria than the rest of us? These self-styled purported owners of Nigeria are well known in the political circles as the cabal, the mafia, the power-drunk bigots, who indeed have been in control of our collective destinies for decades. Can the ordinary citizens, the patriots, the true owners of Nigeria, rise up and wrest power from these so-called owners of Nigeria? Owners of Nigeria that have allowed the country to continue to drift into a state of comatose, where nothing ever works. Owners of Nigeria that are known to aid and abet corruption. Owners of Nigeria that wouldn't allow the citizens to partake in the sharing of their common patrimony. Owners of Nigeria that would not allow for the construction of good roads, schools, hospitals, that wouldn't allow the country to outgrow nepotism. Owners of Nigeria that have been caught pants down with their hands in the cookie jar and hiding away our common wealth in Swiss banks and other foreign banks with their international conspirators, and positioning their children to take over from where they have left off, leaving the rest of the citizens to wallow in poverty, penury, and destitution. Owners of Nigeria that allow insecurity to fester, banditry and kidnapping have become a profession where security agents are so afraid of them to the extent of pacifying them. Imagine giving bags of rice to bandits just to play safe. How bad can the security situation get when those who are supposed to fight them are now so afraid of them?
I sacrificed my life to go to Dusema, to enter the bush where the bandits are. If I tell you last time we have encounter with them, to the extent that they are a little bit friendly with us. We see 37 bags of rice. They say, okay, if we are to go, they have to take 7 bags. We give them 7 bags to save our life. So you see the risk I took.
My fellow citizens, the good news is the so-called owners of Nigeria do not own Nigeria. The owners of Nigeria are the ordinary Nigerian people, the patriots who are here personified as the gallant security men and women who day and night fight these criminals to keep us safe. They are Nigerians that are giving their all in the service of the country. These are owners of Nigeria who have made us proud internationally, who the world knows and has given testament to the can-do Nigerian spirit when given the opportunity. These are the real owners of Nigeria.
But we're borrowing the Nigerians. Let's talk a little bit about the Nigerian. Who is this Nigerian that has no merit? Let's talk about them. Well, first of all, you should know Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa with 190.8 million people as of 2018. You should also know it is the African country of origin with the most migrants here in the United States. There's a method to that madness, okay? The 2016 American Community Survey, well, it estimates that 380,785 U.S. residents report Nigerian ancestry. But get this, and this is where it gets deep. Please stay with me. According to the United States Census Bureau, 4% of Nigerians hold a PhD. That, folks, is compared to 1% of the general U.S. population. They're way ahead. Also, 17% of Nigerians hold a master's degree and 37% have bachelor's degrees. These are people who are supposedly have no merit. According to data provided by Rice University in Texas, Nigerian Americans, folks, they are the most educated ethnic group in the United States. Sounds like merit to me. According to the Migrations Policy Institute, 29% of Nigerian Americans have graduate degrees. That is compared to 11% for the overall American population. Ahead. And a minimum of 4% of Nigerian Americans are also PhD holders. Folks, that is at least 3 times higher than any other ethnic group in the United States of America. More than 70% of black doctors in the United States are now of Nigerian descent. That brings me to our slay word, macabre, for tending to produce horror in a beholder, folks. If you don't get a sense of macabre from hearing how we are barring Nigerians, obviously, clearly because they are superior.
Nigerian Americans are one of the most educated groups in America, according to a study by Rice University. They only make up 1% of African Americans, Nigerians, 1%. Yet they are represented at the Harvard Business School at a rate of 25% of black students. So no wonder they are out earning whites. Nigerian Americans. I didn't know any of this, and I know you didn't know any of it.
That's an international news anchor selling Nigerian to the world.
And when we talk about inefficiency in educational sector, health sector, political sector, governance and all, everything boils down to corruption. And corruption is not just about giving or taking money. Corruption is about not doing the right thing. And why are we corrupt? Because of lack of understanding. Because we do not understand that we don't need too much. Our wants may be too many, but our needs are very little. And I don't even envy corrupt people because they destroy themselves and destroy their children, generations unborn.
That's Professor Dora Okinyuli making us proud when she tackled fake and adulterated drug cartel in this country.
So I won King of the Ring 3 times. Twice at cruiserweight, and then heavyweight, which was 100 kg.
Fighters do not make.
What is it about Nigerians?
I mean, but a lot of them, it's because of the opportunity. They're so smart, but the opportunity isn't there, so they can't go to school. They can't do that. But I knew already. But thing is, they're so smart.
Yeah.
They know how to work. They know how to and they're all over the world. Like I said, we're like a virus. Nigerians are everywhere. Wherever you look in the world, we're everywhere, and we have our claim.
That's Israel Adesanya, a kickboxer that has made Nigerian proud.
Cowbellpedia, 60 seconds of fame starts now. What is the
64?
Correct. Multiply 1 over 3 by
5 over 6.
Correct. What is or are the prime
2.
factors? Correct. The cost or price of a gas cylinder is 8,000.
24,000.
Correct. What is the 7?
28.
And that's the 15-year-old Faith Odusin, Queen of Mathematics, who won the 2021 Global Open Mathematics Competition, beating contestants from first and second world countries, and also a recipient of the Cowbellpedia Mathematics Competition, answering 19 questions in 60 seconds, a record yet to be broken. And these are Nigerians who have made us proud, and these are the real owners of Nigeria. And these are the owners of Nigeria, the school teachers, the civil servants, the pensioners who are neglected and owed salaries for months in a country where the inflation rate is 16.1% and the poverty rate is 92%. Yet they continue to teach and imbibe good moral lessons in children. Yet they continue to run the civil service, giving their labor and sacrificing their youth so that people like Dr. Fayemi and other governors like him would have a state to run. But instead of them paying their salaries and pension, they would rather use the money to buy presidential form for an unbelievable amount of 100 million naira.
It is very sad that up till now, 4 state comrades are yet to commence the payment of the national minimum wage. Specifically, the culpable state governments are Abia, Taraba, Cross River, and Zamfara states. The states should pay their workers the national minimum wage, which is in the constitution, and by refusing to do so is a violation of the oath of office they have sworn with, because they have sworn to uphold the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
These are the owners of Nigeria, the medical doctors and other frontline health workers who keep risking their lives, especially during the Ebola and COVID-19 pandemic periods, in order to save us all. They are made unsung heroes in their country, unappreciated by the so-called owners of Nigeria, who have continued to burden this country with medical tourism, thereby driving out these medical doctors and other health workers to seek better working environment outside the country where their skills and profession would be appreciated. These are the real owners of Nigeria. The owners of Nigeria are the university lecturers who have down tools for some months now after a series of requests and calls to the owners of Nigeria that the university system should be made conducive for academic learning and for them to implement the agreement they reached many years ago. Instead of these owners of Nigeria listening to these university lecturers, they are threatened with no work and no pay because their children are not schooling in Nigeria. They are all outside Nigeria. So the university system can be under lock and key infinitum. It doesn't really bother them. A fact that pissed off the education minister when the student union leader dared to, bear his mind on the issue that led to the walkout of the education minister on the students' body.
Because our government has bastardized our education. They have killed the primary and secondary school education in this country. And you can only see the children of the poorest to attend public primary and secondary school. Now, all our lecturers, I can say it equivocally, that all our lecturers, all honorable ministers, we saw it on social media. You celebrated your son who graduated in a country, as a university outside this country. Thank you and God bless you.
So instead of coming here, you should have addressed your lecturers there. And it is the only thing I'm going to take out of what you have said here. Thank you very much.
Solidarity forever. You can now see that we don't finish out. A minister that they are paying his salary. We don't finish out the state. We don't finish out the he walk out of us.
My closing thoughts. Every generation must recognize and embrace the task it is peculiarly designed by history and providence to perform. It is time for us to challenge that stereotype that the young people are not mature enough to govern. This is a tech era, for crying aloud, and not the era of hunting with bows and arrows of the 60s. They can well live with their warped sense of history that has kept us in this dungeon where we're constantly being insulted by the West and called a shithole country and labeled world headquarters of poverty. It is time, and 2023 is not so far away. That will be all for today. Thank you for finding the time to watch my video. If you like the content of my video, please give it a thumbs up, strike on that notification bell so that you get to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Leave your comment down below and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. See you pretty soon and stay politically aware. Aristotle once said, it is only a beast or a non-human who wouldn't be interested in politics. And remember, we are the real owners of Nigeria. Peace out.